Hey everyone, it's Joe the 50-something Dasher. I tell you what, on today's Dash, I'm off to a rockin' and rollin' start here. $4 in the first hour. It's crazy. This is the daily recap for Tuesday, June 11th. So I posted the video yesterday for Saturday's Dash, and then I didn't dash Sunday or yesterday. Sunday, I got out of work around the same time, but my wife was coming back home from out of town. And then yesterday, I worked a full 12-hour day at the W2, so wasn't any need to dash yesterday. I was tired. And so now we get to today, Tuesday, log in at 6:09, and I waited about probably 15 minutes, something like that, for my first order. Just a $4.25 McDonald's. Just dropped that off a couple minutes ago. And that's it. So even the little estimated wait time at the bottom of the screen. All right, guys, sorry about that. So what I was starting to say when that offer came in was that another indication that it was maybe going to be like a slow day today is the estimated wait time on the app said 12 to 22 minutes, which I usually don't see that long of a, an estimated wait time. But as you saw in that first segment, I did get an order. Actually, I just now finished up back-to-back stacked orders. So I got, the first one was 1125 Meyer, just one item, and then going 5 miles. And then as soon as I got into the store, they stack a $5 McDonald's for only an additional mile. So absolutely. The Meyer was just, I'll throw up the screenshot. It was just one bag of pig ear treats for dogs. It found it after I got back to the pet department, click start shopping. I found that in 20 seconds. And then it was off to check out, super easy. Went from there to the McDonald's. Let's see, the McDonald's dropped off first, and I don't have in my notes. I think that was just a home, nothing in the notes for that. And then I dropped off the Meyer, show the pay screen for the Meyer. Next was immediately after that, I get another stack. I get a $5, 4 mile Tim Hortons. The mileage was screwed up on that because that was going to the animal hospital, which has the GPS is still not fixed on that. So even though it's on the same street as the Tim Hortons. So, and this used to trip me up the first couple times I delivered there. But basically I just had to go down the road 3 traffic lights and there's the animal hospital. So, but for whatever reason, GPS on this particular location, it wants you to go around some big, huge loop to get there. And it was funny because it wanted me to go on some big, huge loop in the back of Tim Hortons at first. And then once I started, obviously I'm not doing that. And once I started down the main road and got down a traffic light or two, then it wanted me to go past the vet hospital and drive around a different huge giant loop. Crazy. But as soon as I was making my way out to the car with that order, it stacks another Tim Hortons order on me, $6.55, additional 5 miles going to Southern Point. So I put the first order in my car, come back in. Fortunately, the second order was just like 2 muffins and a box of Timbits. So it just took them like a minute to prepare that. I got lucky. It could have been like sandwiches and this and that and coffees and and that first customer would have had to wait, but I got lucky on that. And that delivered just now to Southern Point, and the customer left I'll throw up the screenshot, $1.30 tip on that. That's kind of weird. That must have been a certain percentage of the subtotal or something to leave a tip like that. But anyway, it's now like right around 8:30 a.m. range, so I'm gonna wait here, Meyer parking lot, probably another, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and if I don't get anything, I'll start making my way home for break, and we'll see what happens from here. I think I'm like just over, like right around $30, $32 right now. I guess that's, you know, in a decent spot. So we'll just go from here. All right, guys, Dash is over. I'm back home, ready to recap the rest of Dash. Not really anything too exciting or anything. So right after shutting down that last segment, I got a $5 Taco Bell, 4 miles, pretty, you know, standard pickup and delivery there. And then I had my first decline of the Dash. Only declined 2 orders today. This was the first one, a 525 Cracker Barrel, 7 miles. No thanks. Just wasn't interested. Then I made my way back home, put the Dash on a pause, got something to eat, you know, took the dog out, that type of thing. First order after, and then even after like unpausing, it took a while before I got an order. In fact, I laid down in bed and resumed a movie that I started watching last night. So I was just laying in bed watching a movie, probably, you know, for another 15 or 20 minutes before I got an order. $18.17 Meyer, going 13 miles out east. 16 items. And so that was, of course, I'll throw up the list, shopping time and all that. But I shopped this order. It was just a little bit of a different variety of stuff. There was some fruit snacks, like I don't know, couple different, like a lemonade and some 1 liter of Pepsi, I think, and some Lunchables, just several different variety of different things. But it only took me 10 minutes to shop out of a recommended 26, so did a really good job there. And this delivered out to the hotel that's right next to Rickenbacker Airport. As far as I could tell, the only hotel there. So, and then it's pretty easy. The instructions said to deliver it to the lobby. And I ended up delivering that a half hour before the delivery time. So that was pretty good. Then I came back to Zone. I got another Meyer order, $8 for, this was only 3 miles, only 2 items, and kind of an interesting order here. It was, tampons and some mini Danishes. So, okay. And that just took me 2 minutes. I had that shop, even though that was going from one side of the store to another. Still shopped that in just 2 minutes. Had a $7 6 mile McDonald's. Not a great order. I went ahead and took it. It was delivering down towards the prison, to a trailer. I'm not 1,000% sure that I delivered it to the right trailer. The pin was saying that I was not at the right location, but it said, you know, trailer number 4. And when I turned in, you know, because sometimes in those trailer parks, the pin is not in the right location. So as soon as I saw a trailer that was marked number 4, I dropped it off. So I didn't hear any blowback on that, so must have been the right place. I don't know. Then another, how many Meyer orders did I do today? 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4. So this was my final one. $13, 11 miles. Again, just 2 items. So I had 3 out of the 4 Meyer orders. This was pretty crazy. So 2 of them was just 2 items. One item, it was only that one that was 16 items. So I didn't have to shop for much today. This was only, it said 2 items. It was just one thing, times 2. These large plastic containers of mixed nuts. That's it. Two things of nuts. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That's all I'm getting, and driving this 11 miles away to South Columbus for just nuts. However, I got those and went up to the checkout, and they were each like over $17 a piece. So this was like with tax and everything, or they might have been $18 a piece. This was like a $36 subtotal here for 2 things of nuts. Crazy. And I go to deliver that. Like I said, South Columbus. It was delivering to kind of like a business. I was supposed to turn in, and there was like the place was kind of like off of the road a little bit, kind of set back in, and I was supposed to turn in there, and there was like a parking area, but there was this truck hauling a car carrying trailer. And they kind of had that, I don't know if it was like blocked off, but I couldn't see too well because of that. And I had a maniac on my tail. So I just parked in front of the truck and walked to it. The customer said something about my shirt and hat. He thought that was pretty cool, and he hadn't seen that before. And so it's pretty cool. I don't get too many customers that say anything about the shirt and the hat. Next was a order staying in that downtown area, 450 TJs for just a mile. So why not? I'm right there. I just, the TJs was like less than a mile away. The customer was, not too far from there. Our thing is like, it wasn't 1 mile total. It was like, well, I'll throw up the screenshot. 1.6 miles, 1.8, whatever it was. But that was pretty easy. Knock that out. Come back home, and then I get a decline on my way back. I was just getting back into zone and got a $7.75 Target going 8 miles. No thanks. 2 items. I think that one was going up to like, I want to say Lincoln Village area. Decline. I got just moments later, I got a much better offer. $6.50 Steak and Shake 4 mile. And picked up and deliver that pretty easy. And I gotta shut this off. I forgot to write down the last offer. Okay, so after the Steak and Shake was then from that position where I dropped that off, I figured, well, what I'll do now is I'm close enough to goal. So I'm going to drive to the gas station, top off my gas tank, start heading home. And if I don't get an offer, then I'll just log off. But, so I got gas, and I had just got back on the road and heading home. Just a minute after leaving the gas station, I get my last offer. So I actually had 3 declines. My apologies. 3 declines today. And I decided at this point I was only going to do one decline. If I got an offer that I declined, then I was going to immediately log off. And it was a 825 Pizza Cottage going 12 miles. This is the order that was going to Lincoln Village. So I forget where that Target one was going. And so, no, I wasn't going to go, drive 12 miles away and then have to come back. I was, like I said, close enough to goal. So I went ahead and logged off. So dash summary, it was a 6 hour and 49 minute dash, active 3 hours, 49 minutes, 12 deliveries for $94.22. Mileage today, I went over on miles again. What can you do? 106 miles. So I went 12 miles over. That's, I don't know, not terrible. Now at 3,224 lifetime deliveries. And a note on that, the all-time deliveries count is messed up again. So they have, for me, going into today's dash, I believe it was 3,220, which is not accurate. I had 3,212 entering today's dash. So we'll see. The last time the count got messed up, it ran with a messed up count for, gosh, that's probably like 2 or 3 months before they corrected that. And when they did, they didn't correct it, I don't think, to the correct count. But anyway, and then I forget what my acceptance rate was to start the dash, but finishing the dash today was at 78%. So, and that's it for today's dash. I think also today I'm going to work on a couple of the videos I've been talking about the last, over the last couple months or whatever, my DoorDash awards videos for first half of 24. I think I'm going to work on those today. I kind of, what's the words I'm looking for? I kind of lost interest in that whole thing. These last several dashes, I haven't been like adding to those lists or whatever. So for the most part, it's going to be, January through like May. I don't know, maybe there was 1 or 2 orders this month that I added to the list, but for the most part, it's going to be like January to May. And I'll start to put those videos together today. I don't know about this weekend. If not this weekend, then probably for sure the next 2 weekends. There will be 4 videos. I'll post 2 of them each of, 2 consecutive weekends. And we'll see how those videos do. If I post these award videos and they only get like 50 or 100 views or whatever, and just kind of like, if they average like what most of my rest of my videos average, then I probably just, going forward, I'll probably just drop that whole idea and not, mess with that anymore. But I don't know, it seemed like a pretty interesting idea at the time, but I don't know. Like I said, I kind of lost interest in it, but what I have so far for this year, I figured since I have all that compiled and everything, and still have the screenshots and everything, I may as well go ahead and shoot those videos. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, be safe out there driving, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks again.